Hey everyone, and welcome to the weekly roundup for the week ending the 12th of August 2023 for EVE Echoes. If you haven't seen it already, feel free to check out my previous video on the Cobalt Edge where I go over all of the latest news that's just broken. This video should have gone live, let's say approximately an hour before this one, so go ahead and check that one out. There's a lot more information in there regarding Cobalt Edge. Whilst I was recording that video, we had the Cobalt Edge exploration log just appear on Discord about halfway through the recording, so of course that didn't make it into the video itself. So this is talking about, as you can see, wormholes. It's telling us that there's going to be one route into the Cobalt Edge through the EBYOS system. We'll be able to get into that system via a Stargate. That will be the only system, as we can see it at the moment, through which we will be able to access via Stargates. Everywhere else we will have to access via wormholes, which can be found throughout LowSec. So that will be rather interesting. As we can see, we've got day 1, 2 and 3 across the bottom with day 1 highlighted. So expect one of these pictures to get released on the EVE Echoes official Discord server every day. So yeah, as we can see, wormholes. Moving on to the next topic, we have the patch for this week. Of course, there's not really all that much that's gone into it. Most of the big heavy work was in last week's patch as opposed to this week's. But we've got, as you can see, one interesting thing. Optimised the combat logic of AI cores, where some modules will remain running. Does that mean our tanking modules won't shut down prematurely? Time will tell. I've not seen my armour tank drop too low when running the AI. I'm messing up my words here. I've not seen the armour tank on my bow gun drop too low whilst running the AI core, but I've not been paying too much close attention to it. But we'll see. We have some bug fixes as well, where the weapon stability of Night Locust and Satyrs was slightly lower than the Gram when attacking high-speed targets. I'm not sure this was an issue, but anyway, moving on. Of course, we have the Plex report. Plex prices wow, I'm really struggling with words after the previous video. Plex prices seem to be climbing once again, ever so slightly. We're currently sitting at around 4.75 million per Plex. This is kind of to be expected, considering that the event is coming. Plex tends to go up as there's an increase in demand because of whatever happens to come in the event. This will probably be your last opportunity to get the Plex to spec up your characters, get your Omega guaranteed for the next month. There's no guarantees that there will be Plex on the market this time next week. Of course, it might not be as bad as I'm saying, but plan ahead, that's all I'm saying. So let's move on to the developer Q&A for this week. And once again, thank you Taylor Rick for providing these to me. I was unable to get them off of Benzi's video because at the point in time of recording this video, Benzi hasn't done one of these. So, question number 1. Hi, thank you for all your hard work. What is the time frame you're looking at for re-releasing more nanocores for the more advanced carriers? A lot of players are waiting for them, myself included. I'd say myself included, that's him, not me. I don't have one. We will be releasing a variety of cores for the versatile assault ship, as well as new cores that can be used on multiple ships in the second half of the year, August to December. That's interesting. I kind of hope that they introduce nanocores that we can get for an affordable price for capital ships. I'm not talking the super capitals or the versatile assault ships, just the regular ones. Give us something affordable for the regular capitals that aren't R&D ones that we can't upgrade. You know what I mean. Question number 2, and it's worth noting they're all done by NetEase's Cloud. Would it be possible to implement character transfers to other accounts? EVE Online has the character bazaar. I think this could be a big revenue earner if implemented. This is what is charged for transfers in EVE Online. A character can be transferred to another account by the Transfer Character service through the EVE store page. A single character transfer involves a transfer fee in the form of a credit card or PayPal payment of €20 or US dollars, 17 GBP, or 1,399 rubles. The answer is right now we're unable to offer this feature to players due to the way our account system works with third-party social media platforms and varying laws in different countries. Sorry about that, we hope you can understand. I suspect there's only a minority of players that would actually engage with this particular format. For me personally, I wouldn't want to sell my characters because I have like an attachment to them. You know, they've grown with me as I've played the game and so on. I don't know. For me, it just screams a form of real money trading, which is not what games are about. But anyway, let's move along, shall we? And I have to remember to zoom out of these images after I've been zooming in. Question number 3. Are there any plans to fix issues for AI ratting? Not only do the modules function suboptimally, shield hardener not always running, but the gravitational fluctuations prevent true AFK ratting. We, as paying customers, demand the promised product. Guys, you're not meant to play the game AFK, you're not playing the game. At the very least, supervise it. At the very least, please. Hi, we've just fixed the issue where some modules do not stay running in the latest update, and we'll keep on working on optimizing the AI feature further. Thank you for your patience as we work through these issues. The gravitational fluctuations error, it's there to stop too many people being in the same system running an encounter, whatever the reason may be. Yeah, if this gravitational fluctuation was not a thing, everybody would be in I can't even speak today, can I? Everybody would be in Claralam or Clawtilla, if I'm remembering that name right. There would be no reason to be anywhere else. The rest of the map would just be dead, wouldn't it, if everybody could just AFK the game in 2 systems, despite how many there are in the game. If it was up to me personally, I'd actually further reduce the number of players that can be in an island at a time running encounters, just to further encourage people to spread out. But that's probably a controversial take. What do I know? Moving on to the last question, question number 4. Can we get fighter bays added to the fittings on the Capsuleer outposts? I believe this would make for an interesting defence on the stations. I was wondering if we could get an additional skills or weapons for the stations, so the stations themselves can participate in warfare more often. Because right now, it's just better to undock a ship than to actually use the surface cannons. I have to agree with what this guy's saying. Maybe we don't want fighters. I'm not sure fighters would be the way to go. It'd be interesting if they did implement fighters into here. But yeah, we need something to make the weapons and e-war systems on these Capsuleer outposts a bit more relevant. Because yeah, when you're defending a Capsuleer outpost from an enemy fleet, if you've got one fleet versus another fleet, you're contributing more to your allied fleet by being in a ship than actually being in the Capsuleer outpost. And I've seen this firsthand multiple times back when my own Capsuleer outposts went boom down in Pure Blind. Yeah, I got one lucky kill with the Capsuleer outpost, and that's because the idiot who was flying their ship stayed within 40 kilometers of my Capsuleer outpost, which meant that when he got into Hull, he was warp scrambled and couldn't warp away from my outpost. Yeah, that's the only kill I had out of multiple conflicts using the Capsuleer outpost. So yeah, let's see what their answer is. Hi, we're currently working on improving the weapons system for the structures and plan to release an update soon. As for the fighter, it is a feature that needs more time to develop. Please keep an eye out for future updates. So this tells me they're considering allowing fighters to be launched from a Capsuleer outpost. That would be interesting. I'd like to see how they implemented that. It'd be nice to see fighters not just exclusive to carriers. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for the developer Q&A segment. If you found any of this helpful, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment if there's anything that you think should be included in the weekly roundups. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again.